whatever happens tonight, there'll be another new name in the AFC Cup Intercontinental Final for 2022 as ATK and BAGAN, beaten at this stage last year, take on debutants Kuala Lumpur City, who are already breaking new ground. We're at the Vivi Kannada Yuba Bharati Trivandrum Stadium in Kolkata for the latest instalment in Asian club football. Well, it's extremely hot and humid in the City of Joy, but only one team will be smiling at the full-time whistle. A test of stamina awaits this evening here in this historic stadium, more commonly known as the Salt Lake Stadium, of course. As you can see, the humidity up around the 70% mark, and the temperature, even though it says 33 degrees there, it actually feels more like the low 40s with that high humidity tonight, so a real test for these players. The prize on offer tonight is a meeting with Sogdiana from Uzbekistan, who beat Eastern from Hong Kong last night, and whoever wins that match will go into the AFC Cup final on the 22nd of February. But first, a fascinating 90 minutes to come here in front of a partisan crowd at the Salt Lake Stadium. They've been desperate to get back to football. The last two Indian Super Leagues have been played behind closed doors in secure bubbles, but we're back to normal for the forthcoming season, which starts in just around a month's time now, and those fans keen to see their side in action, and the Mariners fans hoping they could go one better than last year when they were beaten heavily by Nasaf from Uzbekistan 6-0 at this stage last year, a match that they will choose to forget. But a good chance tonight for Kuala Lumpur, the City Boys as they're known, who disposed of PSM Massacre in the last round, 5-2 on aggregate, or 5-2 rather, in KL. They've got good firepower, and their standout player, Paulo Josue, all eyes will be on him to deliver tonight. It has to be decided tonight, of course. It could be extra time and penalties. Can we get this done inside the 90 minutes, I wonder? ATK and BAGAN haven't had the best start to their pre-season. They've been playing in the Duran Cup, but they failed to make it through to the knockout stages. There's one of their new players, Florentin Pogba, brother of Paul Pogba. Where's the captain's armband tonight as well. He has played in the Duran Cup, played a couple of games. He's got a debutant alongside him tonight. We'll give you the team news in just a moment. Johnny Kauko there, who actually made his debut in that 6-0 defeat to Nasaf last season. He was at the press conference yesterday and gave a wry smile when he was asked about that one, and said it's a vastly different setup now, despite the fact that ATK and BAGAN have several new players in their ranks. The real hotbed of football here in West Bengal. We had a local derby against East Bengal recently in the Duran Cup. There were some 65,000 in the stadium for that. Passionate fans, very passionate people in this part of the world. And they'll be just keen to get going now. Teams will emerge from underground dressing rooms here at the Salt Lake. Pogba awaits. Be keen to see how he settles into Indian Super League this season. There's a foreigner playing in Kuala Lumpur alongside him, Paulo Josue, who's made a fantastic impact in his 6 years at KL. They know the prize on offer. So Sogdiana from Uzbekistan winning last night. That'll be a tough game. Uzbek sides are always strong, as ATK and BAGAN found last year, of course, when they were beaten by Nasaf. Kuala Lumpur's first appearance in the AFC Cup. Bojan Hodak has done a brilliant job getting his side this far. Had to come through some extra time periods, a penalty shootout along the way. But they're confident that they can use their momentum at the moment. 5th place in the Malaysian League. Seems a long time ago that these two sides started their group campaigns. But it's getting to where silverware starts homing into view, as the two teams will emerge from this very tight tunnel here as they come up the steps. Well, it's not a packed Salt Lake tonight, but it's still a good atmosphere being made by those ATK MOHUN BAGAN fans. Their fellow Indian side, Bengaluru, were beaten a few years ago in the AFC Cup final. This would be a massive boost if they could take a further step towards the final tonight. Teams will line up as normal. Usual handshakes, usual photographs, the usual protocol ahead of kickoff. Seems an awfully long time ago that ATK and MOHUN BAGAN played their last AFC Cup game. Of course, Kuala Lumpur had to come through that extra game against PSM Massacre. 5-2 win just a couple of weeks ago. Very, very good performance by Bojan Hodak's side. They are missing a couple of key players tonight, though, which may have an impact. The team news to come in just a moment or two. ATK and MOHUN BAGAN in their traditional maroon and green. Change strip for KL tonight of all white. Well, let's take a look at the team news then. ATK and MOHUN BAGAN have 3 new signings in their side tonight. Goalkeeper Vishal Kaith joined from Chennai in. At the back, as we say, Paul Pogba's brother Florentin starts alongside Brendan Hamill, who makes his debut. Both Carl McHugh and Johnny Kauko start. Kauko, a Finnish international, has scored 4 goals in the competition, as has Liston Colasso, who scored a hat-trick against Bashundara Kings in the group stage. Not the formation we think that ATK and MOHUN BAGAN will go with tonight. Pogba's a big signing. His brother, of course, played at the highest level. Khalid Al-Tarais from Saudi Arabia is our match referee. He was 4th official in the recent AFC Champions League match in Japan between Urawa Reds and BG Patam United, and is a very experienced AFC official. Hello, Joshua and Pogba, the captains. Looks we might be changing ends at the first half. Here's the Kuala Lumpur team. A couple of injuries, as we say, for Bojan Hodak to contend with, notably Ramon Morales and Zafari Yaha, who are on the bench. Azri Ghani plays in this competition in place of Kevin Mendoza in goal. The back 4 is the same as their last match against PSM. The Lambert twins, Ryan and Declan, keep their places. Jay Partaban comes in to replace Zafri, while Hadin Asman also comes in. Jordan Mintar is carrying a slight hamstring injury, but fit enough to start tonight. Young striker Kian Nasiri for ATK and MOHUN BAGAN is on the bench, as are their recent signings Ashish Rai and Larin Liana Hanamte. And both players left out of the KL City starting lineup because they're not quite fully fit. Morales and Zafri are also on the bench. So the final huddles, the final few words before we're able to get the action underway. There are no second chances. It has to be decided tonight. One of these teams is going through to the Interzone final and 1 match away from a place in the 2022 AFC Cup final. Interested to see Florentin Pogba has played a couple of times in the Duran Cup for his side. Azri comes in. Kevin Mendoza, the Filipino goalkeeper, usually in goal for KL, but with a slight change in the foreigner rule, it's 3+1 in the AFC Cup rather than the 3+1+1 in the Malaysian League. Means that they bring Azri in and they can play 1 extra player, of course, outfield due to those AFC foreigner rules. So here we go, it's ATK and MOHUN BAGAN in the maroon and green that will kick from right to left in the first half. See who the key members in both sides are tonight. Early goal kick for Kuala Lumpur. Florentine Pogba just organising the defence. He has played at centre-back and at left-back in those Durand Cup appearances, but he's back alongside, or he's in the centre alongside Brendan Hamill tonight, who's a new signing for ATK. MOHUN BAGAN from Melbourne Victory. Good running here by Manvir, just got in behind. Waiting for players to arrive in the middle, looking for Carl McHugh. High boot up though from the Irishman McHugh, who may have injured himself in the process. He goes down and free kick has gone Kuala Lumpur's way, but a great surging run there by Manvir. A heavy challenge. Juan Ferrando, who took over at ATK MOHUN BAGAN in December last year from Antonio Habas. Managed to get his side into the playoffs in the Indian Super League, but they couldn't progress any further than that. Put away by Azri towards Jordan Mintar. Tristan Colasso. On by McHugh, looking for Deepak Tangri. It's guided all the way back to goalkeeper by Dalifuko. Said he was looking forward to seeing Brendan Hamill. He has played alongside him occasionally. No Dimi Petratos tonight, another Australian that's joined ATK MOHUN BAGAN. No Hugo Boumos either, the influential Frenchman who's not even on the bench tonight. Bojan Hodek has done a fantastic job at KL, and he's beaten Indian sides twice in this competition previously, so hoping for third time lucky tonight. Kamal Aziz with a throw. Kauko beaten to the ball by Akram, but managed to recover quickly. Pogba. First touch for Brendan Hamill. Another player, or a key player, missing for ATK MOHUN BAGAN is the Spanish defender Thierry, who injured his cruciate knee ligaments earlier in the competition. Undergoing a period of rehabilitation at the moment, hence the signing of Hamill. Pogba. Only struck into the feet of Tangri. Subasic. It's in from Declan, but ATK MOHUN BAGAN winning possession back once again, Johnny Kauko. 4 goals in the competition, trying to play that ball inside Declan, who did well. Just managed to stab that one away. They've only conceded 3 goals in their 4 games so far, Kuala Lumpur. 2 of those coming against PSM Makassar in that knockout round match, the zonal final. Ritam Kotal. Subasic. The inside enjoying much of the early possession here in the opening few moments. Down the line again for Tristan Colasso. Ryan Lambert there. We have got the Lambert twins, Declan and Ryan. The Malaysian side, born in Australia, but are Malaysians, so they play as the locals rather than the foreigners. Tangri. Subasic. ATK and MOHUN BAGAN did lose in the group stages to fellow Indian side Gokulam Kerala, the I-League side. But, big wins over Blue Star and Abani, and then the qualifiers also beat Bashundra Kings 4-0, put 5 past Mazia. That's the reason they're here. Liston Colasso coming back inside. Deepak Tangri, the back of Jordan Mintar. Pogba, Subasic. Six of this KL side actually played in that Malaysian FA Cup winning team of 2021. Massive occasion at the Bukit Jalil Stadium in Kuala Lumpur when they beat the overwhelming favourites Johor by 2-0. Both those goals coming towards the final quarter of the match. Ended up pretty lean spell in terms of silverware for them as well. That win in 2021 was their first win since 1989. So an AFC Cup appearance for them as well. They've got a free kick to defend here though. Johnny Cowco's over this one. So he has scored 4 goals, but they came in 2 games. Scored a couple against Blue Star in the qualifier and then 2 against Mazia. Long way out this one. Liston Colasso's over the ball as well. Floated in by Cowco. Hello, Joshua was there with a header away. Back in again, flicked away by Galifuco. That was an important header. Acrobatic from Subasic Bose, didn't make contact though. Akram. City boys would like to have a little bit of possession of the ball. They haven't really had that so far in the opening 8 minutes or so. ATK MOHUN BAGAN have dominated. McHugh. Now Deepak Tangri. The first ever meeting between these 2 teams. ATK MOHUN BAGAN got to this stage last season, beaten heavily by Nasaf by 6-0. Nasaf, of course, in the AFC Champions League this year. They'll play in the Western knockout stages in February. Very good side from Uzbekistan. Pritam. Want to just play that on quickly to Ashik, but cut out by Declan. That's in behind Hello Joshua. Wide by Johnny Cowco. Now Ashik Karunyan, one of the new signings in the ATK MOHUN BAGAN lineup. Nowhere near a teammate. Azri just plucks that one out of the air. Finished 3rd in the Indian Super League last season. ATK MOHUN BAGAN, they won exactly half of their 20 league matches. So Juan Ferrando came in December after Antonio Habas stepped down. Finished behind Jamshedpur, and Hyderabad were beaten on aggregate by Hyderabad in the playoffs. Went on to lift the Indian Super League trophy last season. A lot of expectation, of course, on them. They do have such a big budget. Got their big rivals in this part of the world, East Bengal. They've got new owners and new investment this season as well. It promises to be a fascinating Indian Super League season, which starts in the first week of October. So this is good warm-up matches for Juan Ferrando's side. Dipping shot from Hadin, but he's a long way out. Nice touch from Hello Joshua in the last match against PSM. Gave the late penalty to Hadin, who's been a little bit out of sorts this season. Coach has given him his chance tonight. Of a couple of players in the KL side soon to become fathers as well. Here's Liston Colasso. Looking to take on Kamal Aziz. Pogba. Twin brother of Matthias Pogba, who also is a professional footballer. You may have seen some of his comments in the media lately. McHugh. Hamill. Good run by the Australian. It's going as well and gets into the middle. That's too close to the keeper once again. Comfortably taken by Nasri. Waited his moment in the team. Knew the understanding when he came in from Kedah that he wouldn't get too many games, but would get a run out in the cup. Plus he'll learn from Kevin Mendoza as well, the Filipino goalkeeper. Runners-up in the regular Indian Super League season is where ATK BAGAN qualified from. Have lost a couple of their big players as well over the close season. Roy Krishna, who scored plenty of goals over his time with ATK and then with ATK BAGAN, has moved to fellow Indian side Bengaluru, while David Williams has returned to Australia with Perth Glory. No Hugo Bumus tonight, as we said. No Dimi Petratos, who only recently joined up with the squad, having joined for the coming season. Pogba. Hamill. McHugh quite happy to come deep and try and start things from a more central position. Subashish. Away from a challenge, good foot in by Lambert. Joshua brought down. We haven't seen too much of him yet. Hello, Joshua. He's an outstanding player on his day. 6 years he's been at Kuala Lumpur now, the 33-year-old. That's a long time for a foreigner to stay at one club in Malaysia. Scored 7 goals in 9 league games in his first season at KL2. Really stamped his name on things, really made a name for himself among the fans. Juan Ferrando, who didn't have a professional career to speak of. He was injured at a very early age, despite being born in Barcelona, never really made the grade. Started coaching when he was just 18 years of age. Johnny Kauko, ATK BAGAN coming forward once again. Liston Colasso just allows that ball to roll over his foot and it'll go out of play for goal kick. Good defending by Kamal Aziz. Had his best goal-scoring season last season, Liston Colasso, 8 goals in the Indian Super League. One stunning goal against FC Goa, which was recorded at 181 kilometres per hour, the 6th fastest shot recorded. Quite remarkable. City boys will be mindful when he's got the ball going forward. Looking to try and take the throw quickly. He'll leave it for Britam Kotal. Back Tangri. Find at the start of last season from Chennai. Pogba. All the way back to Vishal Kaith, who's also formerly of Chennai, played 9 games in the Indian Super League last season. Ashik to get down the line once again, looking to thread that into Manveer. Well defended. Irfan brings the ball away. He's under a little bit of pressure here from Ashik. Well defended though. Long ball forward looking for Jordan Mintar. McHugh was the man back to get the defensive header in. He has played as a centre-back, McHugh. Johnny Kauko. Not too many games to go now in the AFC Cup. In the Western region, Al Rifa beat East Rifa in the Bahraini derby on penalties on Monday. They'll now play Al Seeb for a place in the final, where they'll play the Sogdiana from Uzbekistan, and the winners of tonight's match. The final, by the way, is on the 22nd of October. The matches to decide the finalists will be played in the first week in October. Who will be there, I wonder? ATK and BAGAN or Kuala Lumpur City? Can they keep their run going? Subasic. Kauko. A little late in the challenge, Galifuoko, but it comes out to Liston Colasso. Coming back inside and making space for the shot! Straight through the defender. Goalkeeper wouldn't have seen that till late. Azri managed to gather at the second attempt, but that's the danger Liston Colasso poses. Really knows where the goal is. He's got 4 goals in this competition already. Cutting inside Kamal Aziz. Just flicked off Galifuoko, but Azri was well positioned. It's Pogba's header. Very assured in the early stages, but he's allowed that for Joshua. This is Jordan Mintar. It's a heavy touch. Vishal Kaith comes out, but defender has to deal with it. He was a little slow to react there, Vishal Kaith. Subasic it was that hooked the ball away. It was a lovely ball over the top. It was a heavy touch from Jordan Mintar. The goalkeeper didn't come. Subasic eventually had to deal with it. Scored in stoppage time at the end of the first half against PSM in the zonal final. Jordan Mintar. That's on loan from Terengganu. Kamal Aziz with a throw. First sign of anything in an attacking sense we've seen from Kuala Lumpur so far in the opening 18 minutes. Akram. Readied back out to Kamal Aziz. Nice ball whipped across. Jordan Mintar reacted. It's only just too high. Well, Joshua was in there. That drop for Jordan Mintar, who swung a boot at it and wasn't too far away with that one. What a chance. Best chance of the game. May have come off his shin. To the reaction of Ryan Lambert just behind him. Feels he should have at least hit the target from that position. Jordan Mintar. McHugh. Tangri. Johnny Kauko. Pretty through again to Deepak Tangri, just sitting off him a little bit here. KL allowing that little bit of extra space on the edge of the penalty area. Could be a foul by Pogba, not given though. Johnny Kauko coming forward again. Lovely ball played into the box. Well, the crowd baying for a penalty, but never going to be as Manveer went over. No VAR, by the way, in the AFC Cup at this stage. There will be VAR added later on for the finals, but not for this particular match. Settled in well, Johnny Kauko. When he came to India this time last year, he'd just come off the back of playing for Finland at the Euro 2020 Championships, the delayed Euro 2020s. On by Asri. Jordan Minto looking to get in behind Pogba. That might just help him there, the fact he'd hit him on the back of the head. Manages to hold the ball up. Partaban. Lambert trying to get that ball across, blocked away by Carl McHugh. Jay Partaban, who's in the side tonight, put an excellent ball into the box in the cup final for the opening goal for Zafri to score. Just shows what you do if you get a good quality ball in behind defenders. Looking for him to do more of the same tonight. He was playing on the left-hand side on that occasion. He's on the right tonight, at the moment anyway. Kamal Aziz, away by Carl McHugh. With Zakaria back to his goalkeeper. The chase on here for Hadin, but through to Vishal Kaith. Nice little 1-2 between Subasic and Liston Colasso, looking to pull that back. Johnny Kauko was a little bit on his heels, though wasn't quite on the edge of the area. It's a poor ball, though. Joshua's reaction says it all. He was released too quickly by Hadin, who was a little bit too keen to get that one forward. Approaching the midway point of the first half in this AFC interzonal semi-final. Still 0-0 between ATK and MOHUN BAGAN and Kuala Lumpur City. This is Johnny Kauko. Florentin Pogba. Subasic. Ritem Kotal. Too much going on ahead of him. Johnny Kauko. Ashik looking to hook that touchline. Pritam's out there as well. Still going here, Kauko. Very difficult to dispossess at times. Declan goes across, gets the challenge in, and concedes the corner. Noise levels rise inside the Salt Lake. Quite incredible to think that the record attendance in this stadium was over 131,000 back in 1997 for the Federation Cup semi-final between MOHUN BAGAN and East Bengal. Used to hold 120,000 before its renovation. They squeezed a few more in on that occasion. That's aimed towards Pogba, flicked away by Galifuco. Tangri. On by McHugh, who'd stayed back. Liston Colasso looking to run at Declan. Put in again by Declan. Good defending to stab the ball away. Both these sides had 5-2 wins in their last games in this competition. ATK MOHUN BAGAN did concede 4 against Gokulam Kerala way back in May, just after the Indian Super League season had finished. That's a touch at the near post, but comfortable for Asri. And the KL goal. Romo Morales is a big loss in the starting lineup tonight for KL. He's on the bench. He's got a slight hamstring problem. Zafri Yaya with a bit of a calf strain as well, which means they're not in the starting lineup tonight. So adding to the problems for, well, not real problems for Hodat, the coach, but they had such a traumatic journey here, really. After the FIFA ban was lifted on the AIFF, they had to scramble around for flights and visas. That's a good ball into Hadin, who's taken away from goal slightly. Back to Partaban, trying to get a shot for himself, takes a deflection, does it? Goes for a corner. And they couldn't get a direct flight here from Kuala Lumpur. The flight time normally is just under 4 hours. They had to go via Chennai. It took them 16 hours door to door to get from Kuala Lumpur to Kolkata. He was quite pleased with the way that the side responded, though, and having had the visa office open specially for them on Saturday morning to get their visas sorted, the administration was all sorted, and here they are tonight, holding their own at the moment against ATK MOHUN BAGAN, despite that early possession from the Indian Super League side. Hadin will take the corner. At the near post. Oh, great delivery. Liston. By Kamal Aziz. Hamill. Interesting to see once the league season starts if Juan Ferrando decides that Pogba and Hamill will be his first choice centre-backs this season. A while yet before Thierry's back in the frame after his injury. Here is Hamill again. Manveer. Declan getting back goal side. McHugh. Kauko. Be wary of giving him any shooting space in front of goal around the edge of the penalty area. He's got a good shot on him, Johnny Kauko. Ashik. Pritam Kotal. First time ball in again from Johnny Kauko. Had to spin there, Pritam Kotal. Couldn't get the shot on target. And Liston Colasso goes for the acrobatic, but he's over the top. The build-up from ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Acrobatic from Liston. Interesting to see. Quite picking up those second balls at the moment. KUALA in midfield is where ATK MOHUN BAGAN like to build from the back. Hamill. Pritam Kotal. Subasic. Johnny Kauko. Away by Galifuco. Gordon trying to feed that one back to Partaban. One back again by ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Here's Liston Colasso. The crowd love it when he's on the ball. Gets the wrong side of Kamal Aziz, who brings him down. And that will be the game's first yellow card for Kamal Aziz. Well, he's a handful, Liston Colasso. Kamal Aziz may have injured himself in the process of giving away that free kick. Become a real mainstay in the team, Kamal Aziz, since breaking in under Hodak in 2021. He's missed just one game so far this season in the league. He's played a full 90 minutes in all 15 games he's played so far. There's the tap of the ankles. Him staying on his knees, he's just denying the inevitable. He's going to get the yellow card from our Saudi Arabian referee once he gets back to his feet. I think he has given him the yellow card already. So, first player in the book tonight. We don't think that the referee did actually give the yellow card. Anyway, free kick driven straight into the wall. Awkward one again for Azri to deal with. Managed to punch that one away. Here come ATK MOHUN BAGAN once more, trying to keep the pressure on. That's a poor ball though. Jordan Minter will get that one away. He was booked, Kamal Aziz. Aimed in again towards Pritam Kotal, who's the furthest man forward once again. He's out of position now, and here come KUALA Lumpur looking to capitalise. They're a little short at the back at the moment. MOHUN BAGAN, they're just getting players back now. This is Jordan Mintar, and he's had Kale's best chance so far. Hadin just left the ball behind and allows Brendan Hamill to tidy up and find Ashik Karunyan. Here come ATK MOHUN BAGAN once again. It's just opening up through midfield at the moment. Pogba, Liston, Steigen will run from Manveer to get inside the defender. Tangri, Liston, and McHugh. McHugh to Pogba once again. Start from their own half. Juan Ferrando, in his press conference yesterday, just played down the fact that they hadn't qualified for the knockout stages of the Durand Cup. They lost their opening game to Rajasthan United before drawing with Mumbai, and then victories over their big rivals East Bengal. It took an own goal to win it for them though, and then a 2-0 win over Indian Navy, which you would expect them to win that one. Johnny Kauko ricocheting around. It's gone for a goal kick. Final touch came off Johnny Kauko. It was bobbling around. Happy, neither of the crowd. Azri's well done injured here, the goalkeeper. The yellow card for Kamal Aziz. Well, he won't want to lose a goalkeeper early on. Bojan Hodak, the 51-year-old Croatian. He's coached extensively in Asia. His fans getting a little agitated when things don't go well for their team. Just felt that Azri was making the most of that, but he's taken a knock somewhere. Juan Ferrando guided FC Goa to their first ever Durand Cup title last season. They beat Mohammedan 1-0 in the final. Couldn't repeat that this year with ATK MOHUN BAGAN though. Picked up the first ever point by an Indian team in the AFC Champions League when Goa drew 0-0 with Al Rayyan last season in the group stages. Mumbai went on to get the first victory by an Indian side a little earlier on this season, despite the fact they didn't make it through to the knockout round. Lambert. Then towards Parthaban. Subhashish got his head there first. Won by Kauko. Liston. Chase on here for Manveer. Irfan comes across. Good play as well. That'll be a KL ball. Defending by Irfan. Former Malaysian international Irfan Dakaraya had a nasty knee injury last season, which saw him miss that run to the cup final. Jordan Mintar. Back to Vishal Kaith. And ATK MOHUN BAGAN will start to build once again. 10 minutes to go to half-time, still 0-0. Sogdiana from Uzbekistan, don't forget, await in the zonal final, or the interzonal final, should I say. Winners of that match will go into the AFC Cup final. Subasic. On by Johnny Kauko, nice little flick. Liston Colasso, Manvis in the middle. Coming near post, there was no one in behind him. And it's good defending again. Lovely little flip by Johnny Kauko. Liston got there, good defending again. It was Irfan who stuck out a leg. It just flicked off Manvilas, so goal kick. It's the 19th edition of the AFC Cup. It's been a tournament that's in the past been dominated by sides from the western region. Here comes Ashik. Challenged by Irfan is a good one, despite the claims from Juan Ferrando that it should be a free kick. Referee says he took the ball cleanly. Ashik has stayed down. Irfan with the challenge. Referee says he won the ball. ATK and MOHUN BAGAN are furious about this. Well, he did get something on the ball. He got a big chunk of Ashik as well, but he did touch the ball first. He touched Ashik's foot onto the ball. He's seen clearly pointing at the ball straight away. Ashik's back on his feet, okay. There's only been one winner, as we say, from the eastern region of the AFC Cup over the years, and that was Johor Darul Taksim from Malaysia back in 2015 when they beat Istiqlal from Tajikistan in the final. The only other side in recent years to get to the final were North Korea's April 25 back in 2019. Other than that, it's been a Western-dominated AFC Cup over the years. It's Al Marak are the defending champions, but they were unable to defend this year because they didn't get their AFC licence. Bengaluru beaten by Air Force Club in 2016 when they made it to the final. ATK and MOHUN BAGAN looking to try and go one better if they can and lift the silverware. Still 0-0 here though against a very stubborn Kuala Lumpur City side in this first half. Hamel. Ashik. It's dangerous when he's got the ball. Johnny Kauko. Carl McHugh. Hamel. Everybody back behind the ball for KL at the moment. There's Tangri. On by Pogba. Kauko. McHugh. You can see that ATK and MOHUN BAGAN are trying to find an opening for a shot, but they're just not being given any space by Kuala Lumpur at the moment. Tangri's ball in. Looked out of the air by Azri. Proving to be a good last line of defence at the moment in this first half. Guided on again by Joshua. Find its way through to Jordan Minta. Liston Colasso. Oh, challenged by Lambert. Looked a lot worse than it was. It is a free kick, no worse than that. Lambert and his twin brother Declan have followed each other's career around, both joined from Den Bosch last year. Confirmation of ATK and MOHUN BAGAN's dominance in this first half in terms of possession. They haven't managed to turn it into goals as yet. In fact, arguably the best chance fell to Kuala Lumpur and Jordan Mintar when he fired over from the edge of the 6-yard box. Here's Hamill. Now Tangri. Liston. Well blocked by Ryan Lambert. Hopper and Hamill have touched the ball a lot in the first half. As has Johnny Kauko. Good challenge by Lambert, but this time he is penalised. Looked like he'd won the ball cleanly, but Kauko went over. The referee decided to give the free kick. Just overstretching slightly, Lambert. Maybe did get the faintest of touches on the ball, but he was always coming in from the wrong angle. Was making a fairly simple decision for the referee to make in that situation. It looks like Liston Colasso might fancy his chances this time. Told you about his prowess in terms of powerful shooting. Maybe Florentin Pogba though. It is Liston Colasso. Straight at the goalkeeper. Asri had his positioning just right. Doesn't matter how hard you hit them if they're going straight at the goalkeeper. Get up and over the wall, but Asri's positioning perfect. Mentioned Sogdiana, who went through last night. They're the only team to have scored more goals than ATK and MOHUN BAGAN so far in the competition. Ians have been pretty prolific. 19 goals if you include their preliminary round and playoff matches. $11 goals in the group stages. Lambert. Back to his feet quickly. Did well to stick a foot in as well. Akram tries to get there ahead of Manveer. Tries his luck from a long way out, and he's only just too high, Manveer Singh. Another player that's improved over the years in the Indian Super League. Very much established in the Indian side now. Scored against Hong Kong back in June. Just to go underneath that one a little. Father Kuldeep Singh played professionally for JCT and played in the Santosh Trophy as well for Punjab. On McHugh's header. Ali Foucault. Akram goes all the way back to Asri, bouncing awkwardly, but the goalkeeper kept his eye on the ball. Hamill's header. Offside flag up against Jordan Mintar, who was just a little slow to react when that ball came forward. The first offside we've had in the game, the final minute of the first half. Pritam Kotal, still 0-0. Sure, ATK MOHUN BAGAN will be saying at half-time, if they keep dominating the ball like they have, the goals will come, but they haven't really had that cutting edge in the final third so far. Is Johnny Kauko, nicely played inside to Liston Colasso. Is this the moment? Tried to slip that one back to Manveer. Little back heel from Johnny Kauko. Just got a minute of added time to come at the end of the first half. We'll have that confirmed in just a second, but one last chance maybe. Parthaban. Lambert. Parthaban. Well cut out by Deepak Tangri. Parthaban tackling back. Liston just took his eye off the ball. It is 1 minute added time. Frustrating first half really for Juan Ferrando. Bojan Hodak will hope the longer the game goes on, side can play themselves more into the match. He has won against Indian opposition twice before, when he was at Johor, beat Bengaluru in the AFC Champions League playoff, and Kingfisher East Bengal in the 2015 AFC Cup. Kamal Aziz with a throw. Pogba. Every touch almost showed it to Jordan Mintar, but that is the final action of the first half. The first half dominated in terms of possession by ATK and MOHUN BAGAN. Florentin Pogba looked good at the back. Jordan Mintar had the best chance for Kuala Lumpur in that first half, stabbing over from close range. Johnny Kauko's had a lot of the ball in midfield, a couple of half chances for him. Cole McHugh has also worked hard. Unusual to see those two playing in the same starting lineup. Manveer Singh and Liston Colasso have been a constant threat, but again, they failed to really trouble Azri in that first half. Ashik lively cutting in from that far side, but at half-time it is all square. We still have it all to play for the place in the interzonal final. At half-time here in Kolkata, it's ATK MOHUN BAGAN 0, Kuala Lumpur City 0. Well, tight first half here in Kolkata. Teams are out for the second 45 minutes. It has to be sorted out tonight. Don't forget, extra time and penalties if nothing can split these two sides. ATK MOHUN BAGAN dominated possession in that first half without really causing or creating too many chances. Florentine Pogba was excellent at the back alongside the new boy Brendan Hamill. But Kuala Lumpur defended doggedly, and they'll need more of that resolve in the second half if they can continue their dream run in this competition. The debutants, of course, from Malaysia, up against the side that went out at this stage last season. That one-sided game against FC Nasaf from Uzbekistan. This has been a much tighter affair. Juan Ferrando's new-look ATK MOHUN BAGAN side ahead of the forthcoming Indian Super League season. It is Kuala Lumpur, all in white, that will get us underway, kicking from right to left in the second half. Either side finding the breakthrough in that first half. KL did manage to, or did fail to score twice in the group stage. The first game against PSM, 0-0, and a 0-0 against Vital in the zonal semi-final. They went on to win that 6-5 on penalties before beating PSM 5-2 in their last match. ATK MOHUN BAGAN with free scoring in the group stages. Do look at their squad and wonder at the moment where goals are coming from, though. As I say, Roy Krishna was such a great servant for them over the last couple of seasons, as was David Williams. Both have now left the club. A lot of the burden of goal scoring, certainly tonight, falling on the shoulders of Manveer Singh and Liston Colasso. I've got Dimi Petratos to come in. He's not fully fit. He has only really joined up with the squad a few days ago. Hugo Bumas not available tonight either. Their most creative player. Akram under a little bit of pressure, but did well. Declan. Great ball out wide. Parthiban on the chase here. He's a little bit slow there, Subashish. Parthiban quickly to the ball. He's only got Jordan Mintar in the middle. Hello, Joshua on the edge of the penalty area. It's in his direction, but Pritam Ashik rather gets there first. Vishal Kaith quickly off his line to gather. Johnny Kauko. Well defended again, good footing by Declan. Bojan Hudok says that the side can play with no pressure tonight. They're one of the smallest budgeted clubs in the Malaysian top flight. There was no success for the last 30 years. He's brought that success with the cup victory. I've only got a handful of games to play in the Malaysian League. They're currently 5th place in the table. Just 6 wins in 16 in the league. They're 20 points behind the leaders, Johor. Their 27 goals conceded is the most of any of the sides inside the top 7 in the Malaysian Super League. I've won 2 of their last 3 in all competitions coming into this, though. So it's picking up a little bit of end-of-season form, perhaps lifted by their performances in the AFC Cup. Here's Carl McHugh. Now Hamill. Looking for Manveer, quickly closed down by Galifuko. Jordan Mintar might get onto the end of this. Well played by Subashish, who got across quickly. Pogba plays it forward to McHugh. That's in towards Manveer. Galifuko just shouldering him out of the way. Shoulder to shoulder from the pair of them, but it comes out off the KL defender and will be a corner. Galifuko, who started his career at Spurs and Swansea when he was a youth player in England and Wales respectively. Just got a faintest of touches there to concede the corner. Was a regular in the Spurs under-21 side alongside fellow Aussie Massimo Luongo during his time in England. About to become a dad for the first time in December. Liston Colasso Whipped across once again, straight into Azri. Once again, body right behind it for the goalkeeper, whose positioning has been excellent tonight, the 23-year-old. Preston hasn't managed to quite find the power that he can do behind his shots at the moment. Subasic. Hamill. Britain cut out. They did leave it to the final quarter of the game in that Malaysian Cup final win to score the goals. Towards Manveer. Good header by Declan, who just got in front of Johnny Kauko. For the corner. So the second half starting in the way the first half finished, really a similar kind of pattern. ATK MOHUN began enjoying much of the ball. And normally, of course, it would be the Malaysian FA Cup winners that play in the AFC Cup, but that was postponed in 2021, hence the reason the Malaysia Cup winners got here. Pushed into the ground by Azri. It's actually the Malaysian FA Cup final this weekend. Johor taking on Terengganu at the Bukit Jalil Stadium in Kuala Lumpur. That's for Johor to atone for their defeat last year. Bojan Hodak, who's been coach of Kelantan and Johor in the past, so was the CEO of Penang, coach of the Malaysia under-19s for a spell as well, and who knows this, or the Malaysian part of the world of Malaysian football pretty well. Won the Malaysian Super League with Johor in 2014. Declan Lambert forward to take the throw. Been a regular in the side this year in place of Danny Ting, who joined Johor. It's Danny Ting that played in that final victory, but Declan Lambert slotting in nicely. Johnny Kauko. Wrestling away was Akram, just a little bit too much though. The snapping of the ankles from Akram. Free kick to ATK MOHUN began, which has already been taken. Subasic. Liston. Loves to run at defenders, Liston Colasso. Subasic. Two in the middle, that's aimed in towards Ashik, brought it down nicely on the chest. Good defending by Galifuko, needed to be as well. Ashik was just about to pull the trigger then. Pressure continues here for ATK MOHUN began. Pritam Kotal. Now Carl McHugh. By Ashik once again. It's Pritam, who just misses his kick. Ryan Lambert just did enough to get in the way. Nobody wants to have a shot here. Subasic gets the ball away finally, takes a deflection and goes for another corner. Nobody seemed to want to take control of that situation and get a shot in until Subasic tried his luck. Another corner then. Doesn't miss out the first man. Might get a second chance here, Liston, to re-deliver. Plays it short instead to Johnny Kauko. Floated in towards Subasic. McHugh. Subasic all on his own. Well blocked again by Irfan. Very good defending inside by Ashik rather. McHugh tried to bend it. Irfan gets the block once again. Johnny Kauko. Once again, everybody back behind the ball for KL City. Manvir. Subasic. Spent a lot of time forward tonight. Subasic, as has Britain Kotal. Mr. Colasso. Manvir trying to make room for the shot. Wouldn't sit for him. Johnny Kauko. Irfan's there again with another strong challenge. And now Declan Lambert will bring the ball away. Caught from behind by Ashik Karunyan. And that will be a free kick. They're claiming it should be a yellow card because Declan was looking to utilise a little bit of space that had opened up in front of him. Khalid Al-Tarais from Saudi Arabia is the referee. Hasn't refereed since June, in fact, when he took charge of Jordan under-23s against Iraq under-23s. Here's that shot just a few moments ago from Subasic. Put it down on the chest nicely, but couldn't get the shot in. It was well blocked. Irfan and Galifuko have defended well tonight so far for KL. If he's pondering changes, Juan Ferrando, so he has got Kian Nasiri on the bench, who came on against SC East Bengal in the derby last season. They were trailing 1-0 ATK MOHUN BAGAN, and he scored a hat-trick. 2 of those goals coming very late on in the game. The youngest player in the Indian Super League to score a hat-trick, Kian Nasiri. We've also got Mohammed Fardin Molla on the bench as well. There is Nasiri wearing 25. Really was a breathtaking performance in that Kolkata derby. SC East Bengal didn't know what had hit them at the time. It's really lived up to expectations since then. Hasn't scored in the Indian Super League since. Did score in the Durand Cup against Rajasthan United and Indian Navy. Lambert's still huddling a bit at the moment. Vizio's just had a quick word with the coach on his way past. I'm sure they'll try and keep him on the field. Won't want to lose a player at this stage of proceedings. We're approaching the hour mark. Irfan with the free kick. Haven't seen anything in attacking sense for KL in the second half. This man could be key to that, Paulo Joshua. Days of handball against Pritam Kotal, but it will only be a throw. Twice against Tampines Rovers in the group stages. Paulo Joshua. A great left foot on him. Look out for some magic from free kicks if they get any around the edge of the penalty area. Kept their discipline at the back so far, though, ATK MOHUN BAGAN. There's Jordan Minta. Whipped across. It was over Vishal Kaith and had to be dealt with at the back post by Subasic because Partaban was lurking. Vishal Kaith came to the near post. It went right over the top of him. Fortunately, Subasic was there to deal with it. Corner to Kuala Lumpur. Second corner of the game. What can they do from this? Irfan's forward. Galifuko's forward as well. Again, it's deep, it's over everybody. And that will go out of play for a throw-in right in the corner. Overhit by Adin Azman. Can be a little frustrating at times. Hadin Asman, he's a talented player, scored some wonderful goals, he's a good winger, but that part of his game is a little bit frustrating at times, the overhit corner. Jordan Mintar looking to turn away, but he was beaten in the air by Pogba. Joshua! Oh my goodness! That's what he's capable of! And Paulo Joshua, first shot on target for Kuala Lumpur City. And the man who helped them to the final win to get to the AFC Cup has put them in front here in Kolkata. It's a wonderful strike, cleanly struck beyond visual cave. It needed a little bit of quality, and the Brazilian has provided that quality. Paulo Joshua gets another goal in this competition, and Kuala Lumpur City lead ATK MOHUN BAGAN by 1-0. Just found that little bit of space he needed, no second asking, and we said how sweet that left foot was, and hasn't he just proved that? Look at that, going away from the goalkeeper. Hamil couldn't get close enough, and a goal to light up this tie. And the debutants, the dream is continuing for KL City. And that man, the captain, leading by the example, leading from the front, and one of the goals of the season in this competition has put them in front. ATK MOHUN BAGAN with all the possession, 80%, but been unable to score. And now food for thought for Juan Ferrando. Hamil just gave Joshua that little bit too much space on the edge of the area, and he didn't need second asking. What a goal. Liston Colasso. Hit away by Tangri. Hamil. Pritam Kotal. Was KL City's first shot on target, by the way. Johnny Kauko. Ashik, sorry, trying to turn away from Declan. Plays it in towards Liston Colasso. Ashik wins the ball back, heavy challenge in the air, away by Hadin. Now Jordan Mintar goes up against Pogba, who just misjudged it slightly, but Hamil was behind him. Well, Sogdiana, who made it through to the zonal final last night, are in their debut competition as well. As are Kuala Lumpur City, it could be a double debutant zonal final on the 5th of October. Here's Pritam Kotal. Now Ashik Karunyan. KL about to make a triple change. Mintar on the chase again. Jordan Mintar up against Pogba, but again Pogba was strong in the challenge. Crowd trying to get right behind ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Akram went to ground early. Goalkeeper being asked to come by Declan Lambert, and Julie obliges. We're about to see a triple change by Kuala Lumpur City, and it's the two players that were left out of the starting lineup because they weren't 100% fit, carrying a little bit of a hamstring and a calf injury between them. Zafri and Rommel Morales that are coming on. Anwar's also coming on as well. I think Declan Lambert is going to be one of those players that's coming off, the man who picked up that knock just a few moments ago. There are the substitutes. What a goal, though, from that man, Paulo Joshua, to light up this tie. Well, the change is not being made just yet by KL. Fourth official has his board ready, but we're back in action again. Kale just a little bit out of shape here. Mr. Colasso away from goal once again. It's a goal kick. Maybe just trying a little bit too hard at the moment. Now they're trailing by a goal to nil. I felt that they should have given the ball back here. That's what they're arguing with Liston about, that they should have handed the ball back to Kale after they put the ball out of play for the player to receive treatment. Anyway, substitutions about to be made. So Ramon Morales is coming on to replace Jordan Mintar. Jay Partaban is also going off to be replaced by Zafiri, and he replaced him in the starting lineup. And the final change will be Declan Lambert coming up, I think. Or are they changing their minds here? But it is Haddin that's gone off to be replaced by Zafri. And then it is Declan Lambert coming off as well. Partaban has actually stayed on. It was a little bit confusing when the multiple changes made at any one time. Of course, players, or teams rather, can still make 5 changes. If we were to go to extra time, they would be allowed another one. Anyway, long way from that at the moment. Another corner to ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Just out of the reach of Manvir. Mr. Colasso delivers once again, hammers it across, too high for everybody. Just that little bit of a lack of composure from Liston Colasso. Well, he had a frustrating Durand Cup campaign. I'm sure he was disappointed not to go through in that, but he brushed it off and said, we move on to this. This is a continental competition. We want to do well. But they haven't found that cutting edge. Bojan Hodak with some nervous looks at the watch. We'll know that we're just coming up to the halfway point of the second half. That bounces all the way through to Ramon Morales. He's carrying a slight hamstring injury at the moment. Morales, there's no foul though. Challenged by Brendan Hamill. Stayed down injured Morales. Johnny Kauko. Anwar. Anwar's gone in at fullback. Partaban. ATK MOHUN BAGAN about to make their first change. It'll be Ashish Rai, who they signed from Hyderabad at the end of last season. Very talented fullback coming in to replace Pritam Kotal. There's Anwar. Forward to Zafri. To thread that one into the penalty area where Joshua was waiting. Lambert. Joshua. Romo rather. Partaban. Can he come up with some quality on the cross? I think he did in that cup final. It's away by Hamill. Not very far though, driven in low. Brilliantly struck by Akram. Wasn't too far away. Another change will be made by ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Ashish Rai does like to bomb forward. He's outstanding for Hyderabad over the last 2 seasons. In fact, last season his coach Manolo Marquez called him the most improved player in the league in the 2021-22 season. Subashish. Pogba. Hamill. Florentin Pogba. Ball back inside the ATK MOHUN BAGAN zone half again. And they'll start to spread it forward again. Well blocked by Ryan Lambert. Hamill. Bit of agitation around in the crowd. You can just feel the nerves at the moment. Ashish Rai, first touch. Not a good one, though. Zafri back to Irfan. On by Anwar. Came off Rommel Morales. Throw into ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Ashish Rai. Pogba. Subashish. Ashish Rai staying out wide. Oh, cleverly done by Anwar, who just ducked underneath it and just maybe put Ashish Rai off slightly. Goes behind for a goal kick. Just over 18,500 inside the stadium for tonight's match. Quite the attraction of the Kolkata derby, but still the ATK MOHUN BAGAN fans taking the opportunity to come and see their team in the flesh, which has been a rare occurrence, of course, over the last few years. The Mariners with high expectations this season, very passionate supporters, really wear their hearts on their sleeves in this part of the world in terms of football. Zafri, nicely pulled back. As Zafri shot, in fact, pulled back by Lambert. Tipped wide of the target, though. Zafri. Zafri Yaya is a player that's improved massively under Bojan Hodak. Really has brought players on through the ranks and to improve year on year with KL. Hamill takes a touch, gets the ball out of his feet, blocked by Irfan. Didn't know too much about that. It came at him with pace, and there's Pogba wrestles Rommel to the ground, and that surely will be a yellow card for Florentin Pogba. Well, Rommel was just about to spin away there and had a clear run at goal. Pogba knew exactly what he was doing. Second yellow card of the match. Was converted to a centre forward from a midfielder last season. Rommel Morales, the Colombian, due to some injuries at the club, so he very much a forward-thinking player. Second season at KUALA LUMPUR. Akram. Reed spotted the free kick, goes KL's way. Just a little bit too exuberant, Johnny Kauko. So he made his debut at this stage of the competition last year for ATK MOHUN BAGAN in that 6-0 defeat to Nasaf. Are they heading for another defeat here at the same stage? Chipped up towards Zafri. Well defended by Ashish Rai, but can only concede the throw. Ferrando just Pointing at the watch in the direction of the fourth official, just trying to make sure that the time wasting is taken into account. Could be Anwar with the throw. Pogba's header. Another throw. Anwar. Ibrahim has only featured 7 times in the Malaysian Super League this season. Wobbling around again! Zafri was leaning back when he hit it. It's another glorious opportunity to get a shot on target. Just a little bit of a rush of blood from Zafri in front of goal. Another good chance for KL to extend their lead. Just got right underneath it. Hamill. Read it in again, away by Galifuco. The referee's spotted a free kick, so it's a free kick to Kuala Lumpur. It's going to be Brendan Hamill that's coming off as the change is made. Mohamed Fardan is coming on, so it is a defender coming off and an attacker going on. It looks as though Deepak Tangri will drop into the back four alongside Florentin Pogba. It's a position that he has played before during his Chennai days. Johnny Kauko out wide to Ashish Rai, trying to come inside Anwar, who just showed him the way. Johnny Kauko blocked by Akram. Kauko. Subashish lining up for the shot. Declan got across, couldn't get the challenge in. And then it's in behind. Bardin, the man who's just come on. Just a little bit of a lack of understanding between those two. Subashish couldn't get the shot away on target. Long clearance from Azri. Ryan Lambert. Akram. It's played off with Hewitt. Loops high in the air. Rommel. Partaban. Rommel. Partaban. Nicely combined those two. Zafri's in the middle. Zafri trying to get in front of his man. Ashish Rai got the header away. Lovely ball in by Partaban. That's the quality we talked about. We know that he's got, that he showed in the cup final. Johnny Kauko. Late challenge, advantage played. Fardin just overran it slightly. Paul McHugh's downward header. Liston Colasso caught in possession. Fardin. Ashik. Looking to take on Partaban, who's back on defensive duty. Did well, Ashik gets it across low in towards Fardin. It's a complete miss kick. The ball stays in though, off Kamal Aziz. Throw into ATK MOHUN BAGAN. There's going to be a yellow card here for the original foul from Galifuco that was allowed to play on by the referee. Played the advantage. Now Partaban's gone down injured, and that's not gone down well with the ATK MOHUN BAGAN crowd. Juan Ferrando's just been across to complain again to the fourth official. KL are going to make another change in just a moment. Pat Crawley is going to come on. That's gathered by Azri. He's been quite well involved since coming on, Ashish Wright. Haven't seen too much of Liston Colasso in this second half. Cole McHugh. Subasic. Out wide by Liston. Good run, good challenge. Kamal Aziz is fired up now, trying to get his fellow defenders fired up as well. Good run by Ashik. Good challenge though. Crowd. Juan Ferrando said he hoped they would act as the 12th man tonight, and they're finally starting to make some noise. They are going to make the change. Partiban is coming off to be replaced by Bakrul Ayman. Another ATK MOHUN BAGAN corner. What can they do from this one? They trail by a goal to nil inside the final 10 minutes. Near post again, Kamal Aziz with a header. Still the pressure on, and it's going to be a lot of pressure. Nicely done. Into Pogba, who caught in possession. Cole McHugh. Subasic. Nodded back by Manvir. Hugh involved in a clash of heads. Is Deepak Tangra. There's a KL player down with a head injury at the moment. The referee's allowed play to continue. And there's a lot of pointing and a lot of shouting going on at the moment. The referee should have stopped the game, really. It was a head injury after the challenge by Cole McHugh. McHugh himself was involved with a nasty clash of heads at the Fatorda Stadium in Goa in the Indian Super League last season, caused him to miss a few matches. There was the challenge. It was a hefty challenge, and that's where referee should have stopped it. The challenge on Rommel. Well, they're getting anxious now. Liston Colasso, nice footwork, but again, just couldn't come up with a product on the end of it. Twisting and turning and trying to make space for the shot, but there was always a KL defender in the way. So Rommel will have to come off here, of course, so they will have to defend this corner with only 10 men. Kuala Lumpur. Is this wonderful run in the AFC Cup set to continue? Every second counts. Liston's ball in again. Goal kick. It's Cole McHugh that was diving in for that one. Subasic got the final touch ahead of McHugh. The KL player down, it's Irfan this time that stayed down. They won't worry too much about getting stick from the crowd if they do go down injured. It's always the way. Irfan's been outstanding tonight at the back, and he started his career in Indonesia with Harimu Muda. Made his 100th league appearance against Sabah last Thursday. Support from Azri. It's handed possession back to ATK MOHUN BAGAN. A little bit of urgency now about the Mariners. Deepak Tangri. Subasic. Ashik out wide. Buying himself a little bit of space, Ashik trying to play that one across. Comes off Kamal Aziz. His arms were behind his back, and for a second time, but it is only a corner. Well, Ashik's claiming it should be handball, so we don't have VAR, of course, at this stage. Corner goes all the way across. Out of play for a goal kick. Frustrating for Ashik Karunyan. There's the first one. And there's the second one. Did play in the old Asian Club Championship back in the late 80s, early 90s, KL. 1987, they were playing under Federal Territory, their previous name, just missed out on the final in that. ATK MOHUN began making a change, and it is going to be the youngster Kian Nasiri that comes on. Deepak Tangri makes way. So I think they are going to go three at the back now. It has to be caution to the win for ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Nasiri, as we said earlier, the youngest player to score a hat-trick in the Indian Super League. 11 games in the league without a goal after those heroics in the Kolkata derby. On by McHugh. Manvir. Pogba. Ashish Rai. Clock's ticking very quickly if you're an ATK MOHUN BAGAN fan. Johnny Kauko, the opposite for Kuala Lumpur. Has to take an age. Cole McHugh. Kenny Palraj is going to come on for KL in a moment. Now there might be a break on here. They're short at the back, don't forget. Irfan. Nice ball to Ramos, just forced him out wide. There's too much on it though from the central defender. He will keep the ball down at the other end of the field. They will make the change. That's going to be Ryan Lambert that's coming off. And Kenny Palraj, who hasn't played in the league since May against Sarawak United. He's a very strong tackler, so he's the kind of player they need at the moment. He's very vocal as well, 29-year-old. 3 minutes to go. Ashish Rai. ATK MOHUN BAGAN going out at the same stage 2 years in a row. Poor ball. Looking for Manvir again, just lacking that little bit of composure, Ashish Rai. A little bit of nervousness, there's a little bit of excitingness about ATK MOHUN BAGAN's play. They're overhitting passes at the moment. As he masterminded yet another victory in this competition, Bojan Hodak. All those problems in getting here, the long journey with the no direct flights, the visa issues, with the late lifting of the FIFA AIFF ban. Is it all coming right for him? His side have to maintain their focus for the last couple of minutes. Johnny Kauko. How disappointed will he be if his side go out again, having made his debut in the defeat last year? Cole McHugh. Juan Ferrando balling instructions from the sidelines. It's just nipped away from Ashik. Good defending again by Zafri this time. Johnny Kauko. Manvir Singh. In again towards Nasiri, good header, and Galifuko. Nodded away by Kenny, not very far though! I'm not too sure whether that was heading in from Cole McHugh, but it's been helped away for a corner. Anwar just stuck out a leg, it could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for him, it's gone over the bar and behind. Was this shot on target from Cole McHugh? Not sure it was. Deflection could have taken it anywhere, though. It has given ATK MOHUN BAGAN a corner. Well taken by Azri, just got up above Johnny Kauko. All goals in the competition for Johnny Kauko, but not to be his night so far tonight. Running out of time now. Bouncing awkwardly again, Pogba allowed it to bounce. Zafri could have got in behind him there. Just looking a little bit leggy now, Florentin Pogba. But ATK MOHUN BAGAN will stride forward once again. That's over the top for Johnny Kauko, in a little bit of space now. Into the centre for Fardin. Has his back to goal though, the defenders getting back in numbers. Straight to the keeper, and turned in for the equaliser. And finally ATK MOHUN BAGAN have find a way through. And it's the substitute Fardin who scores. And we're into 6 minutes added time. Finally Kuala Lumpur's defence has been breached. It's come right on full time. And Mohamed Fardin gets his first goal, and probably the most important goal so far. At ATK MOHUN BAGAN level, Johnny Kauko involved in the build-up. For once KL couldn't get the ball clear. Azri made a good stop, but couldn't get back for the rebound. And ATK MOHUN BAGAN have drawn level. And finally something to cheer for the Mariners supporters. What from KL, I wonder. That's a free kick as we sabre into 6 minutes added time. Yellow card for Subasic. And Cynical just played the man rather than the ball got right across Zafri. They've got a free kick to defend now, ATK MOHUN BAGAN. Well, we know all about Joshua's left foot. We've seen it already. What can he do with the delivery? It's a dangerous one. In! And flicked in! And Kuala Lumpur have scored once more! And the Salt Lake is silenced. It's Fakrul, the man who's only just come on, who got the faintest of touches. And that left foot of the Brazilian has done the magic once more. ATK MOHUN BAGAN's joy was short-lived. It was a brilliant free kick, it was a wonderful flick. And joy has turned into despair once again for the Mariners. Fakrul scored in the 8-0 win over Langkawi City in the FA Cup back in March. He got a couple then, hasn't scored in the league. Look at this for a delivery. Asking questions of the defenders. It was helped on its way by Fakrul over Vishal Kaif. Wonderful header. And two quality goals by Kuala Lumpur City have put them back in control of this tie now with that one from Fakrul. And we've got 3 minutes of added time to go, but they'll be mindful of what ATK MOHUN BAGAN did at the end of the 90 minutes. Let's see what they can do here. What a game it's been. Really lived up to expectation between these two sides. I think someone's going to get a yellow card on the Kuala Lumpur bench. I don't think it was the coach. We'll confirm who that was. I don't think Bojan Hodak got the code. It was pointed in the opposite direction. Now, KL have players back behind the ball. Johnny Kauko. Manveer Singh, is there another grandstand finishing prospect? Good block by Anwar to concede the corner. Just throwing bodies on the line at the moment, KL. Everybody back. Vishal Kaif just looking at the bench to ask if he should come forward for this corner. Sogdiana from Uzbekistan await on the 5th of October for the winners for a place in the AFC Cup final against either Al Seeb or Al Rifa. What drama we've had tonight. The game, possession-wise, dominated by ATK MOHUN BAGAN. KL took the lead with a brilliant finish from Joshua. The leveller right on 90 minutes from Fardin. And then Fakrul's header a moment or so ago, putting them back in front. Vishal Kaith is forward for this. It'll be delivered by Kian Nasiri. Goes all the way across. There's plenty of bodies back behind the ball. Florentin Pogba, little chip into the box. Asri plucks it out of the air with Fardin in the challenge. Too close to the goalkeeper from Florentin Pogba. Vishal Kaith racing back to his goal. Manveer Singh back on defensive duty. Just away from Rommel. Oh, Rommel in with a chance. It's a mistake by Subhasish. It's Rommel! It's 3-1! And Kuala Lumpur are heading into the interzonal final. What they did to PSM Makassar in the last round, they've done to ATK MOHUN BAGAN with late goals. And surely now that is it all over again for the Indian Super League side for the second successive season, going out in the interzonal semi-finals. The KL dream goes on, a debut in the competition, and Boyan Hodak has masterminded another victory by the look of it. We've played 95.5 minutes. There will be a little bit of extra time to add on, but what a performance this has been. Subhasish completely missed his challenge, and Rommel realised there was only him there. It's a wonderful finish into the bottom corner behind Vishal Kaith. Was top scorer in that Malaysian Cup winning campaign, scored 10 goals in total, and an important goal here. It's only their third shot on target, and they've scored 3 goals. Doesn't get much more economical than that for KL. And just to remind you that ATK MOHUN BAGAN have had 78% of the possession. 18 shots, 5 of them on target. What a night it's been. Johnny Kauko is Manveer. Manveer chipped in once again, away by Irfan. Nodded on by Fakrul. Galifuko. Liston Colasso. Caught by Zafri. It will be a free kick. So a little bit more defending to do here for KL, but they have got that 2-point cushion now. We've played almost 7 minutes of added time. A 2-goal cushion, rather. Well, Boyan Hodak said before the game he'd rather be playing at home where they'd be much more comfortable. But they've shown that they've got great character this side, and they've come here into ATK MOHUN BAGAN's own backyard, and they've done a job. Free kick stabbed goalwards, and that just about sums up Juan Ferrando's side tonight, really. Straight at Asri, who makes a save. They've just lacked a goal scorer. Signings of Petratos, of course, who's not featuring tonight. They'll be glad to get Boumos back for the league. Asri launches it long once more, just gets it away from any danger. Zafri tossing away with Subhasish, and there goes the full-time whistle. Sparking seas of delight for Kuala Lumpur, who against the odds continue this run in the AFC Cup, and they are into the zonal final on the 5th of October, where they'll play Sogdiana from Uzbekistan. After a fine performance here, they took the lead through Paulo Joshua. Fakrul's header made it 2-1, and then right at the end, with ATK MOHUN BAGAN pressing forward, Rommel Morales continued to impress with another goal, and Boyan Hodak has masterminded another performance. 1 or 2 injury worries ahead of the game, those travel problems, the visa issues, but his side have regrouped, and they've come through here to win at the Salt Lake Stadium. Not to be again for ATK MOHUN BAGAN, who fall at the same hurdle for the 2nd year running. Vishal Kaith, the new goalkeeper, beaten 3 times. Fardin's goal back looked like it had taken us potentially to extra time, but not to be. And for much they huffed and puffed, ATK MOHUN BAGAN, and all that possession, they just couldn't find a way through KL's defences until the 90th minute. Asri was superb in goal once again, a man who comes in for this competition Brendan Hamill, not the debut he would have wanted. Pensive look from the Australian on the sidelines. But KL will celebrate. They haven't got too many supporters here, but those that are here will remember this night for a very, very long time. And they have another big important match coming in 4 weeks' time when they play Sogdiana. Can they go all the way and lift the AFC Cup? They can start to dream now. They're one match away from the final. But Sogdiana, like ATK and BAGAN, will be no pushovers, but they will fear no one. Bojan Hodak's side, you can be sure of that after that superb performance here. There are the KL fans. They look back with great fondness, of course, to that night in December when they won the Malaysian Cup. But now they can look back on some great nights in the AFC Cup. PSM, they thought was a highlight, but they keep topping those highlights. They keep surpassing themselves, and they keep impressing on their debut in the competition. And can the unthinkable happen? It's been a wonderful night here in Kolkata. Not to be there if you're an ATK Mohun Bagan fan. It's finished here. ATK Mohun Bagan 1, Kuala Lumpur City 3.
So, disappointing result. Where did things go wrong, you think?
Well, obvious. We conceded too many goals. Very frustrating, very frustrating. I think we played a good game. But it's not enough. If we play a good game and we don't score enough goals, we need to find a way how to finish the attacks as well. And also, we cannot have 3 chances in the whole game. Like we can't be so vulnerable that they can have 3 chances and 3 goals. So frustrating. This is football sometimes. It's very hard. It's very hard, mentally very hard, but we will learn from it.
I think we had almost 80% of possession, so you think you are missing an out-and-out striker maybe?
I don't know, hard to say, hard to say. I think it's a little bit more mental part at the moment. We see it in a training, we saw it last season, we have players who can score goals. It's not about that. We just need to find the right relations between the players, and we need to be able to finish the attacks, like I said.
ATKMB from rather inconsistent of late. How do you turn things around with the domestic league now just a month away from
hard
now?
Hard training, that's the only way up. There's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do. Everybody can see we're playing good. It's not about that. It's all about hard training, finding the right balance in the team, finding the right connections. From there out, we just need a little push in the right side of the pitch, and then I think as soon as we get that, we'll be a very dangerous team.
Thank you for
Thank
talking
you.
to us. So big result tonight. What does this win means for you guys, your team?
That means many things. Only we understand what we have to pass through the last 3 days to take the flights, and the last minute the AFC and FIFA allowed the MOHUN BAGAN to play, so we have to rush to run after the tickets and the hotel and everything. And only we understand what we have to pass through it. But thank God we was blessed tonight to take these results, and we as a player, we as a club, as a team, for our supporters, we all feel proud of it, and we need to take some rest. In 3 days' time, we have another game in the league, so we need to change the focus again, and after a few weeks, we come back to AFC Cup again.
Your team has done well in the cup competition, so you think your team can now go and win the trophy?
Yeah. Look, we are on the semi-final now. Why not just take it? Why not just fight for it? We know the Uzbek team is a good team. We have to go there and try to give our best again. Play as a team, play as a family, play as a group, defend as a crazy boys, and try to get some good result over there.
Thank you and all the best for you.
All right, thank you very much.